Hey everyone, it's Leanne. Welcome to another video on my channel. Today I'm making a thank you card. This is for my sister and I want a fall theme. So recently my sister and my family, we all went together to go apple picking. We went to the corn maze, that was really fun, and we went to the pumpkin patch. It's all at the local apple orchard in our town. And so she invited the family and organized the event. So I wanted to create a thank you card to send to her just to as a little gift to thank her for organizing this event for us. So these are the supplies that I'm going to use to create the card. So I'm going to start with an A2 size folded card. I want to do a top-down fold, so it's a horizontal layout. And then I want to do a single layer card, mostly Copic coloring. So I have a sheet of Neenah Solar White cardstock, and I'm going to cut this down just to create a border. For the background, I want to use this paper I picked up at Michael's, and it's Recollections in the loose leaf section, and this is called Photo Burlap, and I thought it had a nice rustic fall look to it, and I thought it would be nice with fall colors, just the tones would be really nice together. The stamp sets I'm going to use are the Thanks a Bushel stamp set from Lawn Fawn, and then I may use some accent stamps from this set called Jump for Joy. I was thinking maybe some of the leaves. I love the little acorn too, but I'll have to see how that goes. I could also maybe do some of the branches, I'm thinking maybe. I'll see how it goes. But I'm also going to use Memento Fade Resistant Dye ink for Copic coloring, but also I'm going to use the Desert Sand color for no line coloring. I seen Christina Warner recommend this color, and so I picked it up at Simon Says Stamp earlier this year. And I've used it a couple times, but I haven't had a lot of chance to work with it. So I thought that this would be nice with the fall colors that I'm planning on using. And I thought a no-line card would be really fun. I thought a nice complement with that would be to use gold embossing powder for the sentiment. So that's what I'm going to plan to use as well. So let's get started. So I need to trim up my Neenah cardstock first. Right now it is the size of my folded card, and I want to create an edge so I can see the background. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit of height and width. Maybe a little bit more. I want to be kind of generous with this edging, just so I can really see that burlap underneath. So I think this will be pretty good. So I'm going to use Versamark ink for embossing, and I find this works really well. So I have my mop brush and I've prepared my surface with kitchen flour just to make sure that nothing in the embossing powder sticks where I don't want it to stick. So normally I do that off camera, but I had just a setup at my desk where I could plug it in. So I thought I would just do it on camera. So here is the embossed version. And I have these little bamboo tongs I got from the Pampered Chef. And they are great for just holding the card. And that way I don't get my hands fried in the heat tool. So this is my heat tool. It's kind of a family relic that's been kicking around. My grandfather used to fly model airplanes, and they would use these to put the plastic on the aircraft, the little balsa wood airplanes. They would coat the outside with these vinyl sheets, and they would use the hot air gun or to just shrink wrap the plastic to the plane. So it was kicking around, and it works perfect for embossing. So that's what I use it for. It's probably a little overkill for what I need, but it does work. So that is the embossing. So now I'm ready to stamp and Copic color. crazy about the way the top part of the stem is showing, so I'm just going to trim that off ever so slightly, just so it's a full apple body and not the part of the core showing. When it came time to pick the Copic colors I was going to use for these apples, I went to my color chart and I purposely picked colors that were very distant from each other. So if I picked a red, I picked a mid-tone that was quite a few steps up from that dark red. And I did this on purpose. I wanted to get a choppy blend with the markers. I didn't want to have a smooth, typical blend. And I thought by doing it this way, I would get more of an artistic, impressionist look, almost like an oil painting, so that my colors didn't blend seamlessly. They looked very choppy when I tried to blend them together with strokes. But I felt that this gave it kind of a neat, edgy look to it, and just something different. I did that purposely, and I really liked the way it turned out. It was just something a little bit different. I came in with some fine liners as well, my Staedtler fine liners, just to touch up the darkest parts of the shadows. I didn't outline all of my objects that I was coloring because I did want to keep that no-line coloring look. But I found that by using the fine liners just to outline the base or the shadow areas, the deepest part of the shadows, it just gave it a little more definition between each of the layers, and was just that added touch that I felt that the coloring needed. Now for all the Copic colors that I used, I'm going to put links in the description below, and I'm going to list all the colors that I had left over on my desk when I was done. Now if you watched some of my previous videos, I did go to Japan a few months ago and I bought a whole bunch of Copic markers, about 85 new colors, and it's really exciting to have all those colors, but the detriment to having those colors is I use those colors. So I find that when I'm at my art desk, I'm just grabbing every single color I can, and I'm kind of looking, and I have more variety and more options, and I think, oh, what if I just drop a little bit of a yellow green here or a brownish green here? And so I was finding that the mess at the end of my desk of all these Copic markers that I pulled out of my Copic case was quite a lot compared to what I usually use. So some of the colors may seem similar or close together in colors. You probably don't need as much as I've listed, but I did list everything that I ended up grabbing just in case you're curious and wanted to check them out. have everything colored, and I did keep the entire time lapse of my coloring in the video this time. So if you did want to see detail, you can slow down the playback in YouTube in the player if you want to check that out. You might want to mute it though, because I'll probably sound really funny in the voiceover. But yeah, you can check out the coloring in real time if you slow it down. I think ×5 is what I did. So now this is a very simple card, more on the coloring side than anything. So the assembly part is really simple. I have the burlap color of paper already taped down, and I'm not going to use any foam tape. I want to send this in the mail. I want it to be very light. And so I'm just using my tape roller to adhere this to the background with that burlap paper. So I have it all lined up and it's in place. And just very simple, I just guessed where I wanted it to go and pushed it down in the center, and it's all ready. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's very fall, but light, which is what I wanted. I really like the colors and kind of the assortment that it came out as. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's really fun to get back to my desk and make some more cards now that I've cleared through my Santa boards. If you did like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, of course, because that helps my channel, and subscribe to be notified as I post more videos. Thank you so much for watching.